Yeah. Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast scene. Talking Burt and Bogies, hole in one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discussing the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, put and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight. With a puff we fly, elevate the night. Golf ball soaring, higher than a kite. Fairway to heaven, shining real bright. Pitch, foot and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff.
And we're back here with another episode of the Pitch, Putt, and Puff podcast. My name is Roger, a.k.a. RGB. Appreciate everybody tuning in here tonight. Going to be bringing on the Healium boys here in just a few moments. But before we do that, we're going to take a quick second and give a shout-out to a few sponsors. Starting off with Transcend Wellness. Make sure you guys go check them out. 289 Oakwood Avenue in Troy. First New York State licensed dispensary to have a drive-through. Make sure you guys take advantage of that. Middle of April, still freezing here in New York. I don't know what to tell you. I'm hopefully to get out on the golf course here in the next few days. Hoping to have a 420 weekend of golf, but not quite sure what the weather's going to do for us. So 419, we're looking to get out there. Before we get out there, though, we're going to stop in at Transcend Wellness. Make sure we check out some of the flower, pre-rolls, edibles, tinctures, vapes. You name it, they got it over there. You guys already know. So make sure you guys go support them. Check them out, transcendwps.com. Let them know the Pitch Putt Puff crew sent you. Also, we got to give a shout out to my man Marty, recent guest we had on, Marty and his COO Luke. From Trouble Off the Tee, TroubleOffTheTee.com. Marty's got the first book out there still available. Go check that out. Working on the second one, but what they're really hitting it off with right now is the hats. They got all types of them. They got the Never Lay Up. They got We Go Alone. And like I said before, the cool thing about it is not only the magnetic ball marker, but it's got a playlist right in the inside for you. So go check out Trouble Off the Tee. Use promo code PUFF20. PUFF20 will save you 20% at checkout. Just in time for the golf season, a fresh new lineup for you. So go check out Trouble Off the Tee. Promo code PUFF20 to save yourself 20%. Then we got to give some love to the guys over at Back Nine Botanicals, back9botanicals.com. Use promo code TPUFF10. TPUFF10 will save you 10%. These guys are taking over the CBD game in the golf world. Everything you're looking for. They got the Moonlight Mulligan, the Tea Time Sunrise, the Birdie Boost. They got the THC shooters. They got a dope line of merch as well. I just got a couple nice hats from them. Back9botanicals.com. Use promo code TPUFF10, and don't forget to check out the new shooter. It's the orange flavor. Looking to get my hands on that one pretty soon and check that out. I did have the passion fruit, and that was fire. Mixed it in with a little bit of Sprite and set the night off right. So go check out back9botanicals.com. Use promo code TPUFF10. Then we got to give some love as well to the boys over at Athletic, ATHLTHC. Go check them guys out. They have the mints, the hemp-derived mints. For same thing, some throughout your day. If you're looking for that little bit of a buzz, a nice little relaxation, go check them out over there. They got the power, the flow, and the rebound. Rebound's really good for recovery, but the power and the flow are definitely something to get you through the day. So go check them out over there. You can use promo code PUFF for a special discount. I'm going to take a quick break right now, and then we're going to bring on the guys over at – I want to give a shout-out to real quick to my guys over at 52 Sundays. Big supporters of the Pitch, Putt, and Puff and the Legends Golf Club. Sent me a beautiful care package for the boys. Going to be repping the 52 Sundays gear on the course this year. Can't wait. And then as well, this being the 420 episode, got to give a shout-out to 420 Golf. 420 Golf, the country club. I'll be working with these guys here. Hook me up with some nice little merch here for the shirt and polo. But what they offer is this thing's really dope. So they got a few different options here. So they got the little stash, which looks like a golf ball, the 420 on it. It's your little stash spot. So you break everything up, you stash it right in the golf ball. Boom. Comes with a magnetic grinder as well. So, looking like the golf ball. Real shitty view here on the camera. Then you got the one hitter. Looks like a T. Just scoop it in there. Boom. Go check out 420golf.com. You can check these guys out. 420 spelled out FORE 20T as in TEE golf.com. Let them know the Pitch Putt Puff crew sent you as well. DM me. I'll be able to get you guys a nice little discount on these as well. So hit me up. We can make something happen. 420golf.com. But yeah, we're going to take a quick break real quick and bring on the boys from the Healium Collective. And we're back at it again here on the Pitch Putt and Puff. Returning guest, we got the Healium Collective, Lukas and Evan. What's up, fellas? Welcome back to the podcast.
What's going on, Roger?
What's up, brother?
Not much, man. Getting ready for the big holiday, and I'm not talking about Easter. We got 420 on the schedule coming up. Obviously, all the golf courses will be closed. We're going to get out for a little 419 round. Evan, I know you're going to make it. Lukas, I don't know if you're able to play.
I'm coming. And yeah, I'm locked in. And
Okay.
but if you're tight on spots, I'm also good because I haven't been hanging out with Grace enough. So yeah, I'm good.
Gotcha.
So you let me know. You tell me if you got room or not.
See how many tee times I need. That's really all it comes down to. I'm gonna jump on it early, so I'm just trying to get ahead of it before the course.
Paul's definitely in.
Yeah, Paul's in, I'm in, Evan's in. So you got 3 of us if you can fit us.
Yeah, so I'm probably gonna have at least three tee times for the opening weekend. I know JR's out. He's not ready to get off that hockey swing just yet. Yeah, he loves his hockey, man. He's out there every Sunday night playing in these men's leagues with a bunch of 40-year-olds. I don't know how the fuck he does it, but
nice.
He enjoys it. He's staying in shape that way, but it takes him a good 2 weeks to get back into the swing of things when golf comes around.
Yeah.
So he's going to go hit the simulator. We won't do nothing for any skins or anything the first week. It'd really just be out there to have a good time and play some golf and just be outside, man, and it's hopefully
smoke a little bit.
Yeah,
Enjoy
hopefully some nice conditions. Not this 22 degrees we're dealing with right now in upstate.
Hey, even if we get mid-50s with like limited wind, that's cool with me. You know what I mean? That's good enough.
Yeah. Give me 50 degrees with the sun out, and I think I'll be okay at this point.
Yeah, just
it will feel like 75
breezy.
and sunny. It really will.
Hell yeah.
It's
yeah,
tough.
after the last couple of days. Shit.
Yeah, so you guys have been making some moves lately, man. You guys have been growing a little bit. I guess they're getting into some different, still kind of working with the same crew, but getting into some of their new stores throughout the Capital District here. So why don't you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, we've been. No, I got it. Yeah, we got a couple more dispensaries we're going to drop in here right before 420. High Peaks can up in Saratoga. Obviously our Legacy and our Legacy are going to have the drops as well. We're also going to be in Meta M. Jane, just down in Schenectady, right near Frog Alley Brewery.
Okay, I didn't know where that was. Okay, no, I know.
Yeah, it's kind of in the cut, but they have an awesome building there. They got a sweet setup in the dispensary too, with all the kind of an old school look to it. Like Lukas would describe it as like a whiskey lounge kind of
nice.
look to it, with like nice dark cases, dark wood cases, and
yeah, it's kind of like a prohibition whiskey lounge kind of situation. You know what I mean?
Okay, I like it.
Yeah, we'll be in there, and then tomorrow actually we're stopping by Stage One because the guy from Stage One reached out actually today. Lindsay had put us in contact too. Lindsay's the GM over at Meta M. Jane now, so she put us in contact with Will at Stage One, and we're gonna swing over there tomorrow and see what's up. So
nice. Yeah, they got a nice little podcast over there. They've had like fucking Jadakiss on there. They've had they've had like in studio and shit too. AJ Sour Diesel. They've had some pretty cool guests on over there.
Yeah, I've seen the dispensary. I haven't had a chance to like go inside or anything, but they were at that the cup that we won. They were there, just kind of doing meet and greet and like talking to people and stuff. But yeah, I'd seen them back then, so she put us in contact. I'm like, hell yeah, what's up? We'll bring some stuff over, chop it up and see what comes of it. But that'd be awesome if we could be down there, closer to your neck of the woods. Have a
hell yeah, absolutely,
some sort of presence down there.
Absolutely.
Along with Saratoga, Schenectady, and stuff. So
Yeah, we're really honestly pretty excited about the 4 dispensaries we're working with right now because they're just so supportive of us being a micro. You know what I mean? Like it was just, and Lindsay and the owners over there, Greg and John and Charlie, who's Frog Alley, but also works over at Madame Jane. They all were really accommodating, and they even let us. We were just over there doing a delivery, and they're like, "Do you want to talk to the bud tenders and teach them about your bud, and what it's about, and how to how to represent it." It's really just it's nice to have as we added kind of the collective part to our name, the Healium Collective,
Mm-hmm.
because there's been such a collaborative effort trying to get all of our stuff moving here, and it's just been it's exciting. Yeah, we're finally starting to get that momentum moving, which is nice. And Evan is doing such a good job down at the grow. Just and on the marketing and on the operations. I mean, he's just killing himself to get it all done. But you know how that is. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So
No, bro. I mean,
yeah.
guys, I drive a half hour out to go out to Legacy from where I'm at to go specifically to grab the Cowboy. Like once you guys told me it was in, I was like, perfect. On my way up, I'll make my wife stop on the way home sometimes. Hey, what are you doing? You going past Legacy by any chance, or stopping there on your lunch break? Or grab me a couple Cowboys. I got the Cowboy row right up here. Right
you
now,
you got like your empty beer can sitting up there.
That's it, man.
I like
That's
that.
it. But it's funny though, because I was with a buddy. I was doing a job at his house, and I took a little break, and I brought the Cowboy with me. I was doing a flooring job, and we're sitting out in the garage. And my favorite thing about it, dude, honestly, is like you remember the old school sour when it had like that lingering, distinct smell to it.
Oh, yeah.
That's what this shit has, and like that's my favorite. It's like it got the taste where you're like, damn, that's all going. I want that. Keep smoking it because the taste, and that's how I like really judge my bud. It's not by the THC level or the terps. Like I want to enjoy the smoke. Like obviously I want to enjoy the buzz as well, but I want to when I'm smoking it, I want to enjoy it. That's literally why I go to the This is my 100% honest review of why I go to the Cowboy. Nothing to do with the THC level or the terps or anything like that. It's just the flavor, the taste, and it brings me back to like that nostalgic, old school sour type flavor.
Yeah, it's just like an inviting smell, right? Like I just actually had a pre-roll, so I just said fuck, and I just smoked like half of that shit, and I was like, because I've been smoking a lot of the DNA, just trying to get more of a vibe for that, because that's like our newer, kind of drop coming out, and I like smoked. I'm like, god damn, this shit is just like it's got that refreshing taste to it that you, like you said, you just want to keep hitting it, and it's not, I smoked half a joint. I'm not like, flat out or anything by any stretch.
No, you can still function like, you're not cooked. You're good to go. Like,
yeah, we got the same feedback actually from Zach over at, who's also at MJ. I don't remember his exact title over there. Maybe
Zach is the assistant manager, I think, over there.
Yeah, and he had DM'd us saying basically it was like a nostalgia kind of like same thing that you're saying now. So it's like funny how people have a similar kind of feeling about it or view towards it or whatever. But it is important, like you said, about it's about the whole experience. It's not about a number, on a piece of paper that's arbitrary, pretty much, to say the least. But
I don't even think I can tell you what the number is, like you know what I mean, the THC level or whatever on it. Like I honestly don't even know. I just know I enjoy the flower, so I'm like, all right, that's what I want. Like that's when I'm sitting down on a Saturday night watching a UFC fight, I'm enjoying myself, enjoying the fights, like having it's perfect.
Yeah, no, I appreciate you saying that, man, because like even yesterday, like Lukas was talking about, we were talking to the bud tenders, probably like 10 or 15 of them. Maybe.
I think all in all, there might have been 18 people we worked with throughout the the afternoon, because I think there was 6 in the back and then 12 out front. Yeah. So it was and then Lindsay and the owners, they were all there too. So it was a good crowd. I mean, they got such a good team over there. But yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you're good. And we just we kind of went in, like he said, it was last minute. He was going over there just to make a drop, and then she was like, "Yo, you want to pop over?" And I'm like at the farm, elbow deep in fucking cocoa and shit. Like I got fucking, stains on my fucking shirt and shit. But I'm like, all right, fuck it, let's go over there. You know what I mean? And talk to him, see what's up. And we kind of, we didn't have a plan or anything by any stretch. We're like, all right, let's just show him the bud and have a conversation and kind of see where it ends up. Yeah. And we passed, a Cowboy 8th and then a DNA 8th around. The Cowboy went around and everybody's like, oh, yeah, damn, that smells really good. And then the DNA went around and they were like, yo, this shit right here, like.
Roger, have you seen it?
That was I seen the first batch there. I kind of had this when I met up with Evan. I opened it up and I kind of had the same reaction. I was like, dude, what is this?
Can't wait to smoke this.
This is different. Like it's definitely got like the bag appeal, the eye appeal, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
When the visual, it's got the visual for sure.
Yeah. So what they're doing over there is they're gonna have like there are 4 luxury brands that they're gonna have that are gonna be showcased in the middle. I think Lindsay said 2 woman-owned brands and 2 male-owned brands that they're gonna like push because they get a lot of bridal parties that come through, like through Frog Alley. So they're affiliated, so they kind of want to be able to like have like a catered couple luxury brands for
section. Yeah.
Exactly right. So we're really happy, proud to, I guess, announce that we're going to be one of the luxury brands that they're going to be pushing in their center display in Madame James, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And we're really appreciative of that, right? So, so the DNA is going to be like the premier, like creme de la creme, like heavy hitter, 28 to 31%, like hand trimmed, beautiful, like it's gorgeous. Me personally, I could have like a hit or two, and I'd be like, I'd be zapped. That's why I got the cowboy. Because
I got these. You might like these because these are a little bit more like lower dosage type thing. They're the you can see the athletic THC. They're mints. They're hemp derived mints.
Can I trust them? Because last time Evan gave me an edible, I almost died. So.
I'll bring someone for golf on the 19th, man. I'll bring you someone for the golf course. I'll bring this little pack.
Oh, Jesus. I don't know about that.
You don't have to try it then. Take some home with you.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, that can't be that high.
No. But I did get some nice ones from Homegirl. I don't know if you guys heard of Miss Incredible Edible. She's out of Long Island. Yeah, she sent me up some lollipops and stuff. And yeah, man, they do the trick. She's funny. She goes, "What's your dosage?" And I was like, "A lot. Like I don't know what to tell you." And so she hooked it up and
semi truck. No.
Yeah, they do their thing, man. They do their thing. It's nice. I'll be sitting there like just throw like it's like having a Jolly Rancher and I'm just chilling and I'm like all of a sudden a half hour later I feel great.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Roger, on that note, we've been so fortunate. Evan's mom has taken an interest in what we got going on the last few months. Man, she's always been interested all these years, you know what I mean? But since she retired a couple of years back, and now she's got a little time on her hands, she's been helping us out a lot down at the farm, and she's been helping try to launch the edible brand, right? And hopefully in the next month or two here, we're gonna have some edibles coming out. And
we got testers ready to go. So
yeah, I saw the drying tray down there, right? Yeah. Are these going to be orange? Are they orange?
Yeah, like Orange Crush.
Orange Crush, yeah.
Nice.
And it's really great too because we get to use some of the products that don't make it to the flower containers. So it's really nice because we get to use some of the really valuable biomass that has all the THC and all of the flavor. Even though when it goes to the cooking process, I'm not sure the flavor translates, but the quality certainly does because we know the climate.
Because all the trim and everything else, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Exactly right. Yeah.
Yeah, mainly sugar leaves. Those are those. What you're trimming off the bud to make it look better. You still have value to that. You have cannabinoid value to it, THC, CBD, and it gives you the full spectrum. So, like you said, you're either composting that or chucking it. So if you can get some use out of it, why not? Excuse me.
So we're pretty excited to be bringing that out.
What else I like you guys do is you give the options of the large buds and the smaller buds on the 8s for the cowboy because for a guy like me, it's not I'm crushing it up and putting it in a joint anyway. I know what it looks like. I know what it does kind of thing. So it's not that big of a deal to me, but I know how some people are very particular and want their nice, fluffy, big, nugs and all that. But that's the other thing with your guys' flower, what I've noticed, and me and Alicia were talking about this when I was up at Legacy, is a lot of, when New York started, the dispensaries first started opening up, everything you were getting was this, you touch it and it would fall apart, turn to dust, all this dried up. Now it's starting to get there, but you guys is every time you put your hands on the DNA, the cowboy, the Acapulco, it's a good fluffy quality nug instead of like when you touch the shit, it literally crumples to dust. Like there's so many times where the flower looks good in the display case, but then you crack open that eighth and it's like, damn. Like
and who knows how long it's been sitting there, right? Yeah, who knows how long it's been sitting on the shelf or wherever, the back room or whatever. Like,
right.
But yeah, I mean, that's what we took, the time to put a humidity pack, Bovita humidity pack in every one. Yeah,
there you go.
So
yeah,
I was gonna say I got a few of them right here.
Yeah, and you can reuse them shits. I mean, as long as you're keeping them, if you don't leave them out too long, you can reuse those over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that's also a selling point with dispensaries because, they want stuff to, obviously they can't sell in a day, or a week or whatever sometimes. So it does sit for a little while, but, it's a, an added value bonus to the consumer. They're not going to get, dusty, crumbly weed. It's going to be, a nugget with some character to it. And it's not, just going to disintegrate in your hand because that's always disappointing. I mean, I know you're going to grind it up, but you don't want to just like, have a powdery, mess when you're trying to roll a joint or something like that. There's got to be a little chunk to it. You know what I mean? To really
the other thing that I like that we do is like, at least so far, and I think forever, because we're not trying to outscale our facility, or if we ever got a different facility, it would be about the same size, but maybe just like a little bit more designed to spec. But we're going to continue the hand trimming. Like that's got to be a staple of what we do and who we are as like a craft grower, a small batch grower, cultivator, micro, right? Because you can tell. Look at so many of the like the flowers you can get like from some of these other, you don't know what you're gonna ever get. And you said like sometimes you see the display nug and you're like, oh, and then you crack open that eighth and you're like, oh, this is like tumbled. It looks like a moon rock, and you're like, shit, like and that's something that we've seen so many times, especially back when the market was gray. Like things were kind of legal, kind of not. We were going to like those like private events and the shows, never as a vendor, but we would go through to see what was out there on the market. Right. So much stuff had been tumbled and like just beat to hell, and you're just looking at it like, man, that's not pretty. That's sad looking, That's why
it's all. I'm sorry to cut you off. It's all like what type of cultivator you are, in my opinion, because like you want to get product out sooner, you want to limit labor costs, right? That's just business and thinking about it in a smart way. It's like, okay, it's labor intensive. I mean, we're lucky that we have the people we do to help us with trimming, and that pay such attention to detail versus it's hard to get somebody to sit down and trim something like with the same attention and quality, you know what I mean, as like myself, if I like sat down and did it, because I like know what I want out of it and what to get from it. So, having the labor, I understand it's very hard to find good trimmers, and it's hard to train people to do it too, because, you might be able to train people to do it, but it's all about like how much that person cares about doing it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's like if they don't give a fuck, they're just going to try to get as much done as they can. But
you and Duncan, you guys just put together some training videos with the son, right?
Oh, yeah. We're trying to put together like visuals, like legit, high quality, camera type shit. So his our main trimmer, like I'd call him our head of post harvest production, basically, Duncan. Had his son come over who has a knack for making like commercials, like little commercials for small businesses and stuff.
Yeah. Dude, some of the reels you've been putting out, they're sick.
Oh yeah. Yeah, dude. Well, that's all Jason. Jason does a great job. I send him I just send him blank video, like just straight video from my phone while I'm in there, and then he does, the rest to make it look.
And he does this thing, the lazy bastard.
Yeah.
Lazy. Yeah. Dude.
Yeah, he gets all that the AI popping, and it spits out some shit. But yeah, no, the training videos can be great, because I mean this guy, Duncan, who really helps us out and puts a ton of attention and detail into making sure the product looks great, and then pushing that on to the next group of trimmers, so I don't necessarily have to. He saves like a lot of time that it would take for me to sit there and talk to these people and make sure we're up to standards and keep the quality up. But anyway, his son came over, we did a whole video.
Like that takes so much weight off of your shoulders, knowing that you can trust him to go and lead the way in that aspect of, like, he knows what you expect, so he can, make sure everybody's doing it that, then you can go focus on something else. That's a big, that's not really something to look over. That's a big aspect of the whole business right there.
It's huge. Yeah.
Yeah,
We
he's
have a
been
ton of
there
incredible
since-
help right now.
Yeah, he's been there since damn near day one. I mean, pretty far back that I can think. So like to have that help, yeah, it's irreplaceable, priceless, whatever you want to call it. But and it's kind of like it was an organic thing. It wasn't like I sat there and I was like, Duncan, I want this, and this. You know what I mean? It was like I trimmed some bud. We sat there and trimmed probably, a couple pounds together at one point, you know what I mean? And it was just like, yeah, well, this is what I look for, and doing it that way. And then he just got it, and he just started telling people, and I would be like, oh, we got somebody, Max coming in today, and Duncan's there to help him out, and I would pop in and it'd be like, all right, shit, he doesn't need me. All right, cool, I can get back to watering or defoling or cutting clones or whatever the hell else. So so yeah, big shout out to Duncan. But I mean, that is a huge selling point is our trim. Every time we drop product off, they say, this is great. Like, this is hand trimmed. Yeah. Oh my God, you guys did a great job on this. So can't say enough about my mom, Duncan, all these retired teachers,
Amanda, everybody else that comes in, Mackenzie. Yeah.
That's dope though. That's cool that you got a little team that you can rely on and all that too, that you can just now you can start to pass these things off to and and make it happen that way as well.
Yeah. Hey, Roger, you see the text I just sent you?
Yep, I see the picture. Hold on 1 second.
Yeah, so that just to piggyback, I wasn't sure if you'd seen that yet. We all were working on that poster for a while, and it's going to be in where you're going to start seeing that in some of the dispensaries that carry our cowboy. But just coming back to the hand trim thing, right? It's just like, I think Evan came up with the slogan on this one with a collab with the boys. Maybe Paul helped out too. Was at Healium, every flower tells a story. Tell us yours, right? On the IG. But like when you got hand trim stuff, no nug looks like another nug. Like they're all like I think it's just, I don't know. I think it's almost like art for me. You know what I mean? I know it's just it's weed, it's bud, but like it's pretty.
It's definitely I'm gonna pull that picture up. Let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull up that picture you were just talking about. I can show it right here.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, dope.
Yeah.
Boom.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's great.
Every flower tells a story.
Tell us yours. Yeah, at Healium Co. on IG.
That's dope.
Isn't that great,
yeah, that's
Evan?
Gonna be displayed in Madame Jane.
Yeah, and I think where we can, we're gonna do a smaller 6x8 like freestanding, like hard thing. I'm gonna have them done just like I had them done for the what was that, Raj?
Yeah, just like
that's pretty dope. That's a cool little fucking logo and shit. We got to get Jason, the Lonely Stoner, man, to start his podcast. I was talking to him about it a couple months ago, and then I hit him up. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You starting this thing? I'm waiting to get a couple guys in the right place. I'm like, just start it, man. It will all fall into place.
Exactly.
Dude, he's got three businesses.
Way too many things.
He's got three businesses. Yeah.
I respect. No hate at all. I mean, I definitely respect the hustle, but he's out there getting it. So I would not be recommending him do something else, because then that's gonna take him more away from doing helium stuff. But like when you met him, you know what the deal is.
He's cool. I like him. He's a funny kid, man.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
Good kid.
And he does a great job.
He's good at what he does. He is. He's good at what he does.
Yeah, he really is. Yep. So
I would
he
really
spun that up.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, he spun that up. And then Evan, Mac, Paul, myself, we all that might be maybe the 7th version, maybe, after we tinkered with some of the language and whatnot. And then that's how I like, that's what the collective idea also encompasses. It's like we want to just be able to throw some shit out and be like, are you guys feeling this?
Yeah.
Okay, no. All right, what do you like about it? What do you not like about it? Then that's how you create, really just good shit. You know what I mean? Personally, and anything, whether it's art or cannabis or whatever the fuck it is, but that collaboration effort that's not forced or anything like that. That's just a genuine how can we all make this the best possible presentation? That's what brings me joy about Healium. You know what I mean? Is being able to do that where it's a collective effort. But I digress.
That's how it works, though, man. You got to have the right team in place to make things roll. Where you guys can, like I said, can sit back and you can eventually down the road you can just sit back and not do anything and let everything fall into place, and the product's just pumping out the door.
Yeah. Hey, Roger, you don't have to put this one up. I just wanted to send this one to you. This is the DNA one that we were toying with the idea of like the for DNA because it's a more modern. It's definitely a more modern strain, right? I mean, it's higher percentage. I mean, it's pretty, but it's a modern strain. We were kind of going for like the like kind of Tony Stark meets World War II laboratory scientist kind of thing. So I just shot you that text message over there. So we're still
sense, though, right?
Yeah, exactly.
I mean,
right.
Like, look at the strain lineage. We're talking about Sour Diesel, which is a classic, and then you got Grape Noir, which is GMO, which is new school strain, with Grape Pie, which is also new school, like early, like 2015-ish or something. Like all those GMO got hot. Grape Pies from Canorado, who's put out a lot of good shit, but that's one of his biggest ones. So I mean, it makes sense. It's like that collision of modern, but somewhat still like reminiscent of old school, but
nostalgic science.
I was thinking it was going to be like Bridget Jones in the background or something. That's my best segue to get into it.
Top 3 Christmas movie. I mean,
that was so funny.
It is. I'm just saying.
Bro, you said you weren't going to talk about Bridget Jones today.
I didn't bring it up.
I brought it up. No, but let me ask you about the DNA. You guys doing pre-rolls in the DNA?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Nice.
If you're going to be around stage 1 tomorrow, maybe we could drop a little care package.
Depending on what time you guys are going, I can be around.
Lunchtime.
I'm out of work at like 1:00, so.
So maybe
we'll
right after.
But I'll be in that area, so we can link up. We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I got a question for you, Roger. You were talking about the smalls that we do for the Cowboy.
Yep.
And that's something we really only started doing because Matt Robinson over that Legacy, he had asked, like, can you do smalls? And we're like, I guess, yeah. I guess we could. I mean, it's easier than making pre-rolls. I mean, it's not quite the same revenue. It's just a little bit less, right? And also the price point's higher. You know what I mean? The pre-rolls are nice because if someone's just looking for a pre-roll, they can go in and they under $20, you're good. It's like $14, $12 to $14, depending where you're going in that range.
You just need a lighter, pretty much.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. Convenience.
Yeah. So like, as we go on here, though, Evan and I have to walk the line between like how many of the popcorns, like the smaller nugs, go towards smalls and how many go towards pre-rolls, right? So like we're always trying to balance the scale on like, which ones do we think we're gonna sell more of? And it kind of depends on time of year too. I think we're starting to find out there's a little cyclicalness to when people want pre-rolls or when people want to pack bowls. You know what I mean? So yeah, but what's your opinion on like smalls versus pre-rolls?
I mean, would you prefer a small, like you can roll up though, like you roll up, right? I mean,
I usually do. I can roll. I do cones. Like so
for you, the smalls would make more sense because you're going to get more value out of it.
Yeah, because for the money, you're going to get maybe you're going to get less weed if you get three pre-rolls to an 8.
I'm spending $30 on 2 pre-rolls, or I'm spending $35, $36, whatever it is, on an 8.
Yeah, it's 15 a gram or 10 a gram. I mean, it's
I can make it work a little bit different too, or depending on how I'm rolling it or whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
can mix it with some of the regular flour, that kind of thing. But what I like to do with the Cowboy too is like I smoke it out of like a glass. I always get like a glass tip to smoke it out of. Like I have these funky fill tips I got from my buddy my homie E-Zone. And just like it's such a smooth smoke when you smoke it at the cow, like just some good quality bud out of a glass tip. It's so much better. So that's what I prefer with those two. But I prefer small buds. I would prefer that over pre-rolls. But at the same time, like pre-rolls are a good way for people to try. Like, what's this?
it comes down to price point again.
I'm gonna try a pre-roll of this. Then they're willing to go. I'm like, I want an 1/8 of that, or quarter of that, or whatever the case may be.
Yeah,
I think the way that we've leaned on this is like, because now that we've got like obviously the Cowboy Lemonade is like the award-winning strain. Like it's got a lot of things that a lot of people are looking for, and we've actually artificially lowered the price point on that so that more people can get it in their hands, right? We could charge more for the Cowboy. We don't, because not because of the THC percentage or whatever, but because we want people to have it and experience it. Like we're gonna do that intentionally with Cowboy forever, probably.
Yeah,
but on the
talking about
DNA,
foregoing like a couple bucks, so it's like, if we can get more people to try it and be potentially part of the Healium Collective, if you will, or feel the vibe of that, then a couple bucks here or there, or whatever.
So I think on the Cowboy, we're going to continue to try to do smalls and regular eighths and pre-rolls and keep those going. On the DNA, which is like the higher percentage and like a little bit more of like the boutique luxury, like, kind of strain, we're probably not going to, we haven't really talked about, probably not going to do smalls or any, we might lean pre-rolls because it's for only $1 or $2 more than the Cowboy pre-roll. You can throw it into the bag, you know what I mean? And bring that in, that 30%, 28 to 31%, whatever it is, like that goes a long way, So I'm curious, what's your opinion on that? If we didn't have DNA smalls, right? Is that like, is that something you'd be like, damn, I wish they had DNA smalls?
No, but I would still go and at that point, I would probably just put it like in a rotation where 1 week I'd get DNA, 1 week I'd get Cowboy. And then if I was on the go somewhere and I wanted something, I would probably just grab a pre-roll of either one at that point. Like it would just turn it into like a rotation thing. Because honestly, like once I feel like too, as a consumer, I know when I see a brand, I smoke in the product I like, and I'm willing to try the other product with no hesitation, because I know I got a good quality product. And then when I'm happy with that one, at that point, you're going to go get something. Like in the beginning, like when I was going to get carts and stuff all the time, vapes, Jaunty was always, I thought, was pretty good. So I had no problem going in and getting a Jaunty all-in-one or disposable, or go get just a regular cart. And I know a lot of people were the same way. So like once it kind of got familiar with the brand, you kind of stick with something like that too, So it's familiarity with.
Yeah, like you're saying, you're also willing to try, whatever they have on their menu, what else they have on their menu, right? You're going to be more apt to be like, oh, if you're trying the Cowboy and you like it, maybe you splurge and do, because the DNA 8s are going out the door for like 55, because they are that higher THC percentage and quality, but yeah, that's big. I mean, that's where we want to serve the market and have the price points available so people can, use our products. I mean, we don't want our shit sitting on shelves, so we want.
But that's a reasonable price for what you're getting, because like, all right, for example, so what you guys even doing the smalls? One of I won't mention the brand, but I got an eighth of something else the other day, and it was basically all smalls. There was no flashy nug in there that stood out in the bag kind of thing. There was some sticks hanging off of it, and it wasn't like the most impressive as I thought it would be. It was that kind of thing, but it still did the trick. But it wasn't the presentation that I was expecting from what I seen on the table, kind of thing.
Yeah, and isn't that disappointing? Like to me, that's just like I don't ever want that to happen. And if that did happen to somebody, I would hope that they would like reach out to us, honestly, because we'd be like, bro, we'll get you another one, because but that wouldn't even happen anyway, because we'd go through each one and I look at every one and I'm like, if I would be pissed to get that eighth, you know what I mean?
Right. I was like, all right, it's not what I expected. It still had a nice little potency to it, but I was like, all right. Yeah. But then like that's also the reason where, all right, I got the Cowboy this time. I got it last time. I know it's good. Oh, this DNA came out. It's gonna make me stick with that when you see that Healium logo, that's where I'm gonna go, kind of thing. It's like getting a pair of Nikes, or related to golf. I got TaylorMade clubs. I love my TaylorMade clubs. So like next time I get new clubs, I'm probably gonna get TaylorMade clubs. You know what I mean? Like that kind of thing.
No, I hear that, definitely.
As a consumer, in any
loyalty.
It's something to that.
So on the golf grind, real quick, my dad got a set. He's getting back into golf. He hasn't golfed in 40 years, right? He played when he was like in his teens and 20s, and he's in his 60s now. He's finally coming back around. We did a couple of the demo days at the
Yeah.
end of last year, and I gotta tell you, first off, always happy with any tailor-made like wood or driver. Like, dude, I have a tailor-made driver. I love tailor-made for anything that's hollow. Like they're just so they've nailed it. They've been nailing it forever
Yeah.
on drivers. My driver's tailor-made. But he ended up going. We went through a couple of demo days. Titleist, man,
Mm-hmm.
Titleist. I think he got the something 400s. What are they? His P
Yeah,
400s
TP
or
400s or something like that.
oh,
Yeah.
bro, I tell you what, as far as like forgiveness goes on irons, just legit. And then Evan just got my favorite irons, which are the paradigms. Oh man,
Those are Callaway, yeah.
okay, no, I know, yeah, I bet,
Yeah.
yeah. So like if I have Mizuno hot metals, the JPs, I like a lot. I got those 3 years ago. If I were to switch again,
Mizunos are
I'd
good
go.
clubs. I mean,
Yeah, Mizunos are
sweet
great, but
clubs.
I would
Oh yeah.
go. I'd go Titleist or probably with the Callaway paradigms because they're just like so forgiving
You
and
probably
just
want to
swing
go
so
with the
easy.
Exis. These are the paradigms are the straight paradigms are just blades, so you got a
Yeah,
lot less
I'd want
club face.
a little meat to mine.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
the
The
X's.
paradigm X's have the like little chunkier
Yeah,
bottom.
I used I was down in Texas for a wedding. We all went down and there was like 12 of us. We rented everybody rented clubs and they gave us the Callaway Epics. I was actually I don't know if I was just having a good day, but I hit those clubs really nice. Like I was
Those are a
hitting the
couple
ball.
years old now.
Yeah, those are probably
Yeah.
3-4 years out now, maybe
Yeah.
a little longer. But yeah,
It
we
is
hit
wild though,
those
because like
clubs.
those paradigm, it's wild how quickly like a expensive ass set will be like a fraction of the cost. Those paradigms came out like 2 years ago.
Yeah.
They were on sale for like $500, and I was like, sold, like because they were like $1,100 or $1,200 for the
yeah,
set
they were.
when they
Yeah.
dropped, and then like
Dude,
2 years later, I'm like,
I
they're still
figured the
fucking.
Sim 2 came out 4 years ago now.
Yeah, it's wild how, and
Crazy.
I'll take it. I don't have any problem
Oh, yeah.
playing 2 or 3 season old fucking clubs at all,
Nah,
especially
bro.
like if you
Come
get
on.
that
Hell
kind of deal. I mean,
I was up at
I'm
the
sure
mall. I
you-
had to get my daughter new cleats for softball the other day. Me and her up there, and I was like, "You want to go putt?" She's like, "Yeah, let's go." So we go over to the putting thing, and there's nobody at the simulator part of it. So I walk over and I just start using fucking like I'm at the range. You know? So I'm over there. She's got the little putting that off to the side. She's having a blast. I'm hitting a bucket of balls basically with like
for
a
free.
QI
Yeah,
10 and a TP5 or all this shit. And I'm having a blast. And no one came out. I was there for, I swear to you, I was sweating. I was there for like a half hour.
Yeah.
I was blasting the driver.
Yeah, Dick's, dude, they don't give a fuck at Dick's because I've tried to go in there and buy clubs, and it's like you gotta really like search for those people. Like I got the Cobras because I like Cobra. I had Cobra irons before, so I was kind of partial to those with like Ricky back in the day. That was kind of how I got into golf, watching Ricky Fowler and shit with his
Big Dick Rick.
with his Puma, his fucking crazy colored Puma outfits and shit.
Yeah.
So I got the Cobra LTDX, like fairway wood and a 3-4 hybrid. And I was walking around that bitch for like 20, 30 minutes. I'm like, can I hit these? I'm trying to spend $200+ right now because they were. Right. It was a sale, but I was like, I think it was buy one get one like 50% off or some shit if you bought them within the Cobra set. So I was like, all right, sold. But yeah, Dick's does not give a fuck. Maybe if you go to that like Super Dicks over in Latham.
Yeah, dude, the one at the mall, they didn't give a shit, bro.
Yeah,
I was like, literally, because I'm looking to buy a new driver, and I was just sitting there, I'm like, QI 10s is sitting here. I'm like, all right. So I grab it, I just start hitting. There's no like tape on it. There's no nothing. I'm like, all right.
Oh damn.
So I started
no tape on it.
Bro, I swear to you guys, I was there for at least 20 minutes. And then my daughter hit like at least another 10 minutes worth of golf balls. She was having a blast.
That's funny.
Yeah, I'll send you a video of her sitting there blasting. She hit like 3 in a row. Like when I was filming her, right down the pipe. I was like, oh
nice.
We'll figure this out.
Did they have like did she use like an adult iron, or did they have like?
No, she had like, there was like a little kid's hybrid or like a woman's hybrid. She did all right with it.
I was gonna say, if she hit like an adult club like that, I'm like, that's pretty impressive because
that's how John Daly started. Remember, that's why he swings the way he does, because he said as a kid he only had adult irons, so he would. I watched the thing about John Daly. He was telling that he's like, people wonder about my swing. He's like, I was a little kid. He was like, I was a little fat kid, and I had adult irons. He's like, so I just held them out here and I just just whipped them. Yeah,
Kind of does, like similar to baseball. Like so she's a pretty good hooper, like basketball player. She gets nervous when she's under the hoop because she got blasted in the face in the beginning of the season. So now every time she's like this for a rebound, but like when she has the ball and she's got to pass or shoot or something like that, she's fine. It's just rebounding. She's a nervous wreck. Softball, she loves it. And then I really got to just start bringing her out. And I think she'll pick it up pretty quick. I don't want to force her to do it.
You're saying golf.
Golf, yeah. I just don't want to force her to do it because I want her to enjoy it. Yeah. So let her slowly get into it.
Yeah, if they right by me, they offer like a junior PGA thing that's like pretty, it's not like overly competitive, because that's what I was worried about with my stepdaughter. Was like, she wants to play, but right now, obviously it's not like a serious thing. She just like sees me doing it and is like, oh, should I want to do that? But yeah, that's all that stuff is good. Honestly, just getting them to the course, right, and like getting the familiar feel of being at the course, because that's like I feel like what I need in the beginning of the season is always like just feeling comfortable at the course again. You know what I mean? Like getting out there and like getting into more of a rhythm of like, teeing off and like feeling like you're playing golf again. You know what I mean? And you're out there. It like takes me a couple weeks to like feel the norm. You know,
like golf season. Right, it's golf season. Okay, let's go.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a couple weeks at least, but yeah, I mean, just familiarity. Like I would go there with like my mom because she played league and shit. So I'd just go fuck around and pitch putt and putt.
Yeah, that's it. So we're gonna be out there on the 19th. I'm gonna lock up the 3 tee times. It's just a matter of what I'm just hoping that day doesn't end up being opening day, because then it might be tough to get 3 in a row.
Up in the air.
Yeah. So as of now, I heard it was supposed to be the 15th on the Tuesday, but it looks like we're getting rain that day. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's the Wednesday when it's supposed to be like 65.
Monday looks like 62.
What are we doing?
Wednesday?
What are we talking? Wednesday. I thought we were playing Saturday.
We are playing. I'm just in the course when the Fair Park opens.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm like, wait a second.
Wednesday is looking a little cold and windy, but Monday, Tuesday look pretty nice.
Yeah. So I'm hoping, is that how it is? It keeps changing, man. I've been following it for a minute. It just keeps changing.
Changed 3 more times, but yeah, right now it says Monday 62, Tuesday 56, then Wednesday windy 41.
Have you tried to get out at Mohawk on Monday?
What's that Saturday look like?
Yeah.
The 19th.
Saturday's rainy and 43.
It says 40%.
This Saturday. No, what's the following Saturday?
Rainy and 43, actually.
Yeah.
Both of them?
The same. Yeah, it's the same.
Yeah, both Saturdays are both rainy and 43.
Yeah, earlier but it was 50 and sunny.
That's gonna push. That's gonna push by the time we get.
Yeah, we got time for that.
Yeah, it's gonna change entirely. Yeah,
we got hope for that, man. We got hope.
Oh, Ev, by the way, I got your 52. I was hitting it at the semi last night. Whatever you need. Yeah, are you putting that back in the bag? Evan and his wedges, Roger. Like you never know where if he's loving his wedges or if he's just off his wedges. Like I don't know. He's changing up the bag.
Yeah, I started using just one. Like I just started using my 60 and just using it and like just opening up the face. Yeah, if I'm trying to hit a flop shot or just a regular, chip shot and try to do a bump and run. That's my one part of the game. Besides fucking struggling off the tee. I'm inconsistent. If I'm chipping well, I'm chipping well. If I'm not, I'm really not.
You know what I had happen to me last night?
I mean, if you're not feeling it, you're not gonna.
Yeah.
I kept having, Evan, you remember how I sprayed a couple right with my chip shots last season?
No, you?
I had a couple go right.
You sprayed? No, bro. You sprayed.
Because usually my chipping is like, that's like one of the better parts of my game, probably because it's less. Oh, there's that buzz again. But an Instagram notification for me. My bad. Oh no, you're good. So what I like about the Simi is we got the GS Pro Simi. So like we were playing a course. We were playing like Augusta last night. Yeah. But I can alt tab and go to the GS Pro window if I fuck up a shot, and I can go to the club and see the swing path and like the club head. It records the video, right? So I can see why I screwed it up, and then alt tab and go back to the game. But I found out if I'm hitting it off the hosel, like when they're shooting right, it's not because I'm open. It's because it's hitting the hosel first because I'm actually swinging out because I stand closer to the ball. So anyway,
Take
that's a fun
back.
fact. Yeah, exactly
Back,
right.
yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So.
Yeah, I just want to get out there and start playing, man. Regardless, we're gonna. I think a few of us are gonna try to pop out Sunday. We're just trying to find a place to go. We're gonna go to Eagle Crest, but there's not 2 tee times before like 2 o'clock.
Don't try to go to Van Patten. Whatever you do not try to go to Van Patten.
Yeah, you're like, okay, so what's up with Van Patten, man? I've heard some. You're like the third person to tell me that like there's issues over that.
Yeah,
I haven't been in like 2 years.
You know, and I'm not. I probably shouldn't have said that because I'm not trying to shit on people, but like we went, Paul and I went and like had a tee time that we booked 2 days before or some shit at like 1:30, 2:30, somewhere in that ballpark. For Saturday, it was pretty decent. It was like 60. I mean, it was a little overcast, but it was nice. Get over there. They had a frost delay, so it backed up the tee times like 2 hours. But they have what, 3 nines, right? I think.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah, 3 nines. They had to have had 8 to 10 people backed up at each nine. Each nine had 8 to 10 people in a line waiting at the tee box when we showed up 45 minutes before our tee time to like get ready, and they're like, it's probably going to be at least 45 minutes, and like we stuck around. We hit the range or some shit for a little while, and then like an hour went by, and we went back, and they were like, it's going to be about 45 minutes. We're like, okay, fuck this shit. Give us, let's get a refund and get out of here.
So I've heard a couple things. You weren't the only person to say something. My buddy Anthony from the Upstate Golf Guys there, he said he got into a Facebook feud with someone about the course, and how just the course conditions even weren't up to par, and they got nice new bunkers and shit, but that's really about it. They're more worried about the clubhouse than they are the golf course.
Yeah, well, that's kind of what it made us feel like, was like they prioritized just getting as many tee times booked as possible, and then just really didn't give a fuck. And they were like, okay, we'll refund what we have to refund, because it was, I've never seen anything like that. I know like first day it's going to be pretty crazy, but like I'm saying, people with carts, like you got 20, 30 guys standing at each tee box, bro. Like just sitting there, and like they're waiting. They're like lining up and waiting. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna sit here, hit a tee shot, go out to my ball, stand there for 25 minutes, hit another shot, stand there for 25 minutes.
Yeah, fuck.
And like do all that shit.
That's not even enjoyable. That's
where play 9 holes. It's gonna take 4 hours. Like what? No thanks. Like we hit the range and called it a day. But anyway, it was disappointing because like I said, it was just a madhouse. So I won't like go out of my way to go back over there, because it's like,
I gotta round in up here. Where the hell did I play? It's the old Post Road. It was the old Evergreen. It's
dude, I used to play there when I was a kid a ton.
So it's got a lot of work to do over there. The thing that pissed me off the most was they charged us $65 in March like 3rd or something. Yeah,
dude, and that's like a patchy ass golf course, isn't it?
Bro.
It's like a fucking
the greens were punched. The fairways are just the rough cut down lower than what the rough is. Like there's not like fairway.
Like Orchard Creek, then, right? Kind of like where we played over there.
Yeah, similar.
Yeah, but way worse quality.
Orchard Creek's a lot better manicured. And like obviously it's March, so I'm not going to criticize it too bad. But don't charge me full price.
65.
Yeah, don't charge me full price, fam.
Dude, that's more than like a McGregor early season, like, and that's a semi-private, and like is way nicer than Evergreen by a fucking long shot.
Dude, can I just say, best value course still to this day has got to be Stadium. Like I'm partial to it. Maybe I'm just nostalgic. It's Stadium. I don't. Back when it was what, $38, $45, like in that range. Like it's just solid.
It's still love Stadium. $40, but I mean, it's not
dude,
like
I love Stadium, and they maintain their course.
Stadium, it is pretty. I mean, I liked playing there when I first like really got started to play golf, because it's a nice course. The pace of play was always good. I could always get a tee time up there, especially, and I used to work up in that way. So I used to call and be like, "Oh yeah, come on over, boom, boom, boom," and always paired up with random people too. That would be the fun part. Yeah. Get paired up with like some 60-year-old women, and it'd be me and 2 60-year-old ladies out there. I didn't get it. Golfing.
Dude, we've gotten paired up with people over there. We had a good time. Like I've never gotten paired up with a weirdo though. Like I like Stadium. It's always a good time.
Yeah,
me
well,
and my dad
all right.
went out there and got paired up.
It's me out there with two retired 65, 70-year-old women, right? And I'm sitting there, I'm like, you guys mind if I smoke? I spark up a joint, you know what I mean? I'm chilling on my cart. They're
Nice.
sitting over drinking their little wine coolers on the other side. And,
Hey, yo, Roger, guess what? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. If you count Evan's mom, 5 people that help out down at the farm that trim are
Yep.
60 some odd plus year old older ladies.
Yep. Get them on the golf course, man.
Dude, they're it's just it's a
Dude, my mom
it's
was a good golfer. She had her shoulders redone,
Oh, yeah.
so she's not really up to it now.
Was she rotator cuff? Is that what she ended up having done? Both?
Dude, her whole shoulders, all of her shoulders.
Yeah.
You know what's
the
crazy,
cuffs
too,
and the
man?
rotators.
You mentioned in the females in the industry, like there's besides you guys, dude, like most of the people I know in the industry are females.
There's
Like
a lot. There's definitely a large presence.
Yeah, Lindsay to Rihanna to like all those. I had Kaylee on from HPI. She was on a little while ago.
Yeah, that's
like
one you smell their bud, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. That was
That's
after I
funny.
seen you guys. Me and Mikey were up at the simulator.
Yeah.
You got.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like it's crazy to see, and then like you got Ty over at 420. Like pretty much a lot of people I know in the industry are females, which is surprising to see.
It's surprising because we all grew up with dealers, obviously. We're never once had a female dealer.
Predominantly male.
There's a lot of girls my age who were like, you didn't see them smoking a joint, like going to everybody at the party was going over this way to smoke. They didn't really go to smoke.
But I think it's wonderful because, like, for Grace, like, I think she'd be uncomfortable going into a dispensary if there wasn't a good female presence. And I think it's really great that, a lot of women, professional women, have kind of claimed or reclaimed some, this industry, which is really wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
You should really get Lindsay on here on the pod.
Yeah, I've had her on I've had her on once or maybe twice before. But I want to have her on. I did just talk to her recently. Probably a couple weeks ago about I was going to pop out there and see what the shop was looking like. But
it looks great.
Friday, if you got time, not tomorrow Friday, but next Friday, they're doing their like grand opening. Afro Man's performing.
Is that one?
Downtown.
Yeah. Oh, Roger, did you?
4, so.
Did you follow Madame Jane? I think Lindsay made a post about when we were there, right, Ev? Didn't she?
Yeah, she put us up on the story. I reposted it, so you probably saw it.
I probably saw it.
Like chilling, talking to the bud tenders and whatnot. But.
Yeah, I just sent you a picture, Roger, of kind of like what the vibe is if you zoom in a little bit. So.
Cool. I'll post it up with the reel with the podcast. But let's wrap this bad boy up. Always appreciate you guys coming on. You guys know you got an open door policy with the Pitch Putt and Puff, man. Anyway, like I said, I can help. Let me know. We'll get excited about the 19th, weather pending. We'll get out there. I'll lock up these 3 tee times. I'm hoping to get something between like 9:30, 10 o'clock, just where it's starting to warm up. Maybe that sun does decide to come out for us and warm it up.
Let's say if it does get questionable closer, why don't we just go like rent 2 semi stalls and like do a little, or something. You know what I mean? Let's see if maybe we can do something.
I might be able to get us 2 semi stalls at the club. Maybe I should book them just on the off chance that we need them.
Yeah, because that would be like we should get out regardless. You know what I mean? Maybe get a little content out.
Because at that point, I know 8 guys would want to go to the simulator because they just want to golf. So that wouldn't be an issue at all.
Well, I think what we need at the end of the day, because we got me, Lucas, Paul, we need like another
5 4.
Yeah, 5 if you want. I mean, we could find a 4th if we need to, and we could fucking do it that way. But
because
I want to swing the club. So if we gotta,
that's it, man.
Go inside,
gotta happen. It's been too long. I haven't done any. I haven't swung the club besides at Dick's the other night for a half hour.
Yeah, nice.
Besides that, I haven't really done much, man.
Roger, I went the 6-7 weeks with the hernia surgery, and I couldn't swing, and I just finally started swinging last week. Yeah. Rusty, but boy, it feels so good to like just get the motion going again. Like, oh my god, it's so nice.
Also another part of Healium that we prioritize with our employees, is we provide an on-site golf net for them to practice their golf swing at all times. So
in the dry room, Evan's got a net set up.
Yeah, so when we're not drying weed, you can come through and smack as many balls as you want. But
that's awesome.
Yeah, just don't hit my drywall.
It happens. It happens. It happens.
Put an old mattress up behind it. You'll be all right.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, put a little spackle on it. We'll be all right.
Hey, Roger, thank you for having us, by the way.
Always, man. Always appreciate you guys. I'll keep going up and getting my cowboy, and then obviously once the DNA hits the shelves, I'll be getting some of that as well.
Let's try to link up tomorrow if we can, if it works out. Okay.
Shoot me a text in the morning give me a better idea what time you guys exactly plan on coming over this way, and I'll figure it out. I'll actually might try to pop in a little early. I could be done around noon too, so we'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll keep you in the loop.
All right, cool. Let everybody know where they can find you and where they can find your product.
Sure.
Yeah. We're gonna be like I said earlier we're gonna be in High Peaks in Saratoga, RR Legacy in Glens Falls, Legacy Dispensary in Colony, Albany, Madame Jane over in Schenectady.
Yep, Friday the 18th will be at Madame Jane for the block party.
Yeah. So show out. We're also doing a couple
pop-ups. Still 420 released.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So we'll be at we're gonna pop up at all these dispensaries and do like a little, probably like 2-hour, like little table and try to talk to consumers and stuff. So be on the lookout for Healium stuff. We're dropping here pretty heavy over the next week, and come out to Madame Jane's next Friday for the block party and try to see the dispensary. It's I would say state of the art, if you will. I mean, it's a very well thought out setup, and I think it's going to do well over there. So we're excited about being a part of that.
And you could follow us at Healium Co on IG, and you can get our products in Legacy on Central Ave, RR Legacy up in Glens Falls, Madame Jane going to be this week now in Schenectady, and High Peaks Canna, Saratoga, next to the old Bryan Inn. So,
yo, and don't forget about you guys. I don't know if are you guys still doing the CBD creams?
Yes, we are. And by the way, shout out to High Peaks Canna. They're going to be stocking 5 of each of the SKUs: the Rescue, the Invigorate, and the Soothe. And so they're going to be carrying the bombs. Yeah. So
I heard my hand was bothering me the other day. I swear to you guys, I've been using that thing. It's good to go. Like
literally every person that we has got them from us or used them has had positive feedback. We have never got and that we've had those for 3 years now. So like that's we got a decent sample size at this point. So
and our carpenter does some of our work down back. He buys them 5 at a time. He buys 5 cans at a time.
Well, I wanted to mention it because it's like no bullshit. Like I literally always thought that CBD would never work because I smoked. I'm like, that's going to be like, oh, it's way too low dosage. It's not going to do nothing.
It's snake oil bullshit, right? Like,
yeah. It fucking works, bro. Like I don't have to pop a couple Advil or anything like that. I rub some of this shit on there, and all of a sudden I'm like, all right, I'm good to go.
That's all we're about at Healium. Fucking plants over pills all day. Like
that's
you don't need to take an Advil, rub a little balm on there, or all organic shit. Like not putting
that's it, man.
Pharmaceutical makeup in there. So that's great to hear, though. We always appreciate your feedback, man. Seriously, like we take that shit to heart, and we just appreciate you from the get go, just being a supporter. So thank you.
No doubt, man. You guys are all about the product, man. Any way I can help the small business, cool dudes, and fucking get out there on the golf course, have a good time, man. It's what it's all about.
Yeah. Exactly. And Roger, we're always promoting you too. Always trying to send people your way.
Absolutely, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, anybody you can link me up with in the canna world, I'd love to get out to some events. Like if you guys plan on going some events and you got an extra ticket, I'd love to fucking tag along, man.
Of course. Yeah, and when you can, send me your buddy who does the screen printing. Send me his info. Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. I'll send that over. I think I got a card later, and I'll text it over.
Yeah, no rush. No rush. I'm just trying to get. What was that?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some, get some swag for Evan and I, so we show up in some Healium stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like I said, the hats, man. I got at a pretty good deal. I don't think he's got like a minimum if you want to do like a couple too. So like you could do like a handful of them or something like that too. So
yeah, definitely shirts and like pullovers is what we're like Evan likes the hats. I don't wear them, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
cool. I'm not really a hat guy, man.
Gotcha. I'll definitely send that information over. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you guys go check out the Healium. Make sure you get your hands on some Cowboy Lemonade and soon to come out the DNA. We'll be back on Thursday with another episode of the Pitch Putt Puff podcast, and we'll talk to you then. Later.
Roll up the green, hit the links with RGB. Pitch, putt, and puff, it's our podcast scene. Talking Burton Bogies, holding one dream. Golf cart cruising, we're the illest team. Pitch, putt, and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hard times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Got my clubs in the trunk, blunt in the front. Tee off in the noon, cause we don't bunt. Discuss in the course, weed strains for lunch. Straight shooters on the greens, not a front. Pitch, foot and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazards and hot times, we know it's tough, but we live for the game, fam, that's our stuff. Smoking aces, laces tied tight. With a puff we fly, elevate the night. Golf ball soaring, higher than a kite. Fairway to heaven, shining real bright. Pitch, foot and puff, light it up, hit the rough. Every swing's a story, we can't get enough. Hazard